Hi yogis. So this is just like a little tutorial about headstand. I know that there's a few of you coming to classes that are so close to getting your headstand and you're pretty confident against the wall but not so confident in the middle of the room. And it can be quite scary, so it is with good reason that you're cautious. Now, first of all, really important to say, headstand is a tricky posture and it is not great for everyone. So if you have any issues with your neck, probably even your shoulders, I would say skip this out for now. But if you're going to come along with me and give this a try, to start with, pop your mat up against the wall and get a blanket or a towel and fold it up. And you want it about the size of one of our yoga blankets, so about this size. And pop that up towards the skirting of the wall. When you interlace your fingers, interlace them like this and then have the pinky fingers one in front of the other, not stacked on top of each other, one in front. And take your hands and your forearms down onto the ground. So the hands are interlaced, the pinky fingers are stacked on top of each other. It's like you're holding an egg or something in between the palms and you absolutely don't want to crack it. Your elbows are down on the ground and they are no wider than your shoulders. So there's a triangular shape made here between your forearms. I bring my elbows a little closer than my shoulders and then roll them out just to kind of make way for the movement on the skin on the arms. And then pull the shoulder blades down the back. You want to keep a long neck all the time here. Find the crown of your head, so the top of your head, not your hairline, but the crown of your head. And place the crown of your head down just inside your hands. So there's a cupping of the hands to the back of the head. Now eventually the crown of the head will actually stay just ever so slightly off the ground. Like I could put a piece of paper between your head and the mat and then pull it out again. But as a beginner it's a little tricky to do that. Once you have the crown of the head down, supporting the back of the head with the hands, draw the shoulder blades down the back so your neck is long. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees off the ground. Walk your feet in so your hips are stacked over your shoulders. If your hips are not over your shoulders and you're trying to get up into a headstand, there's a lot of weight there. Whereas if your hips are over your shoulders, you shouldn't have to kick up. Now the trick with headstand is not to kick up. It's to be able to float up. So walk your feet in, hips over shoulders. From here, squeeze your right heel towards your bum. Maybe just stay. Play with coming right to the tiptoes of the left foot. Maybe left toes lift off the mat. Maybe. Right foot goes down. Left heel to bum. Use your right foot. Rock to the tiptoe. Maybe lift. Maybe lift. Maybe lift. Put it back down, walk your feet back, knees to the mat. Take a moment in child's pose. You raise up, come on back in. Find the little cup of the hands. Find the elbows in that position, no wider than the shoulders. Shoulders away from ears, crown of head down. Up onto your tippy toes, walk your feet in. Right heel to bum. And you have this wall behind you, so you're not going to fall. You're not going to fall, trust the wall. Maybe you can start to float your left foot. Right foot comes to the wall, it's there. Left leg comes up. Maybe the right foot comes up too. So you can see my body is not straight. It's a bit like a banana shape here because of the wall.
Hug the front ribs in, tuck the tailbone under, belly engage, right heel comes just away so I can feel my body as one long line. And then just play with that left heel coming away from the wall a couple of times, picking up your balance, putting it back, picking up your balance, putting it back. Maybe you can bring it away from the wall and hold for a breath or two, and the wall is there if you need it, yeah? You're not going to go anywhere. Press your forearms down into the ground. As your forearms are pressing down, shoulders are away from the ears so the neck is long here. Put your foot against the wall. Bend your left knee to your chest. Try not to just bail out. Straighten your left leg. Toes come down. Both knees come down. Slowly lift the head. Child's pose. Back on up. Place the head into those hands, crown to the mat. Press your forearms down to draw the shoulders away from the ears, belly hugs in. Draw your feet forward, slide if you can. Send your right leg straight up, and then your left. Send your right leg down, and then your left. Send your left leg up, and then your right. Send your left leg down, and then your right. Notice how the hips don't leave from being stacked over the shoulders, shoulders away from the ears. Maybe you can hug in, take both heels to your bum, and you're in this little crouch. Nice place to be. From there, perhaps both legs go up. Notice how the wall is behind me, so if I'm going to fall, just fall back into the wall. It's not going to hurt, it's right there, but it's not so close you're against it the whole time. It's just a fear remover. We're trying not to use it though. Both knees come down. Both feet come down. Child's pose. So notice how, although we've got the wall there, I'm red and hot. Although we've got the wall there, I'm trying not to use it. If you use the wall and lean against the wall every time you come up, it's great, it makes it a bit easier, but it's so hard then to come away from the wall and practice in the middle of the room. Whereas if you use the wall just as something to take the fear away, so you're not going to fall over, then, well, you've done it 100 times without actually touching the wall. What's the difference in the middle of the room? It's all in here. If you do need to fall, it's the tuck of the chin and the roly-poly fall out of it. Don't bail out to the side. Really important not to do that. And a really nice tip to stop you falling over in inversions is when you come in, if you do that single leg, one goes up and then the other, just tuck it into the chest. So the weight here is not behind me, so I'm going to fall that way. It's in front of me, so if I am going to fall, I'm going to fall down like this. If I fall that way. Right leg up, left knee to chest. And then I can play with maybe both legs. And here is where it's a little more dangerous about the falling. Right knee can come in. And so then if I fall, it'll be this way. Much, much safer. You have to practice kicking up with both legs. Right, left, otherwise you'll favor one side. And then eventually, when you're quite happy coming up, the trick is to come up both at the same time. So pause in this L shape. Hug your belly. Then both legs at the same time, long neck, press your forearms down,
Breathe, hug your belly in, it's core work, strong. Take a breath or two. Ideally, you stay for 10. And then again, butt goes back. Come down in that L shape. I'm a little wobbly here. Done a few of these now. Hold in this L shape. Belly hugs in. Counterposing the weight of my feet with my pelvis. And then I can come down with such control into my child's pose. Long in the back of the neck. And relax.
Good. So let's recap. Blanket or towel, really just for cushioning, it's more comfortable. If you don't want it, that's fine. Don't use something that's too slippy though. But just a little bit away from the wall. Elbows no wider than your shoulders. Hands interlaced, but the pinkies are in front of each other, not on top of each other.
Crown of head to the ground, supporting the back of the head with the hands, shoulders away from ears. Onto your tiptoes, lift up. Number 1, bum over shoulders, so hips over shoulders. Practice here, maybe the feet float, maybe not. Start with the right leg, take it high. You can put it against the wall if you need to, but ideally stay away from the wall. Then maybe left knee comes into chest and you hold. Left foot comes down, right comes down. Left goes up. Right knee to chest. So if you fall safely, not over. Any readjustments? Right comes down, left goes down. Happy with that, walk in. Maybe both knees. Balance. Maybe you do the single leg. Maybe you do both. Coming down, you have the wall there if you need it. Coming down, try to control. You can L-shape hike down, or you can just scoop in like this. Feet to ground, buttocks to heels, child's pose. As you come up,
Nice to take a few circles, head, neck. A few deep breaths. So just practice, practice, practice. The more you practice, the less scary it becomes. Use the wall, but don't rely on the wall. Have it there just to remove the fear as opposed to be something that you need. Don't kick up with momentum. When you do that kick up, that's when you do the roly-poly over. Try and float up. It requires core strength. So do this film after one of the other flow practices, when the belly's engaged and the body is warm and strong. Don't do it just, I'm going to practice my headstands right now. Do some other movement first. It'll help you get there safely. Any injuries with your neck, upper shoulders, skip it out. It's not for you right now. So I hope that's been useful and nice opportunity while we're all stuck home to practice. Hopefully I'll see some good headstands. Email me if you have any questions, text me, I can answer and I can help you out.
namaste.